Finn. What's up with the books? What's up with the books? Why you got cookie books? Why you got cookie books? Are you out of cookies? Finn, is this a hint? I think I've got a hint. Is this the only cookie? Oh, that's the only cookie. We're gonna have to make some cookies. Welcome, we're making peanut butter oatmeal cookies, one of Finn's favorites. To make these cookies, you will need a food processor or a blender, oats, peanut butter, a banana, an egg, and some water. That's it. To get started, we'll put 2 cups of old-fashioned oats in a food processor or blender, and we'll mix them until they turn into oat flour. I find it easier to take the lid off the food processor to add the oats. Mix your oats, check them to see if they're mixed into a fine powder, and if not, give them another whirl. Next, you will add 1 large banana. You may want to break it into smaller pieces than we did. It took a while for us to get this mixed in. You will add 1 egg to the food processor. Our next ingredient is peanut butter, and you'll want to read the ingredients on your peanut butter and make sure it's only peanuts and maybe salt. There shouldn't be anything else added to the peanut butter that you give your dog. You will add 1/4 cup of peanut butter to the food processor. Peanut butter adds a healthy fat to your dog's diet. Now you'll want to turn on your food processor and mix up the ingredients well. They should get kind of moist and crumbly. You may have to open your food processor and scrape down the sides to make sure it's well mixed. Our food processor is not the most powerful, and we usually have to give it a little help. A little more mixing and we'll be ready for our last ingredient. Our last ingredient is water. You will need about 1/2 cup of water. Depending on the size of your egg and the size of your banana, you may need a more or less water. You want your cookie dough just moist enough to stick together. You don't want the dough too wet because it will stick to your fingers. And if the dough is too dry, it will be crumbly. The best way to tell if you have enough water in the dough is to actually see if you can shape it into a ball with your fingers. You can use an ice cream scooper or 2 spoons to put a teaspoon of dough onto a cookie sheet or baking sheet. You can make these cookies any size that your dog would like, small or large, or any size in between. You can put these cookies fairly close together because they do not spread as they bake. They pretty much stay the size that you put them on the sheet. Once you get them on the baking sheet, you'll want to flatten them out because they will not change shape while they bake. You can use a fork to flatten them out, or you could use the back of a glass or small cup to flatten them out, whatever you would like. So now we are ready to put them in the oven. You will bake them at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I can't tell you exactly how long to bake your cookies. It all depends on what size you made them. If they're small, they'll probably bake about 10 minutes. And anything else, you're going to have to give them a little bit more time. You can also adjust the cookies however you want. If you want them kind of soft in the middle, cook them less time. If you want them harder, cook them longer. I normally cook them to they're lightly brown and they feel kind of crunchy. They smell wonderful baking and they make me want some for myself. We use treats to train Finn. He is highly motivated by food. We have another recipe that Finn really likes. They are for pumpkin snack crackers. For this recipe, you will need a food processor or blender, coconut flour, pure pumpkin, 2 eggs, and some coconut oil or other type of good vegetable oil like sunflower oil. To start the recipe, we will put a half a can of pure pumpkin in the food processor or blender. Pumpkin is an excellent source of vitamin A and C. It contains riboflavin, potassium, copper, and manganese. And it's good for your dog's digestion. We will add 2 eggs to the food processor. We will then add 4 tablespoons of melted coconut oil, but we don't want the oil to be too hot. We will add a small pinch of salt, Once you've added the salt, you'll want to turn the food processor on and mix the ingredients. Now we will add 1½ cups of coconut flour. So you may be asking, why are we using coconut flour in this recipe? Well, coconut flour is higher in fiber and lower in carbohydrates than wheat flour. It is a good source of plant-based protein, potassium, and iron. Once you've added your coconut flour, you'll want to turn the food processor on and mix the ingredients. Continue mixing your ingredients until you no longer see white coconut flour. With the food processor running or the blender running, you'll want to add water, about 1/2 cup. You want to add enough water so that the dough sticks together. The coconut flour is kind of spongy and kind of has a weird texture to it, but you want to get it to where it sticks together. The coconut flour makes the dough a little bit crumbly, so it is difficult to work with. So you'll want to take a piece of parchment paper and put the dough on top of the parchment paper, cover it with another piece of parchment paper, and roll it out thin, about 1/4 inch thick. Once you've rolled out your dough about 1/4 inch thick, you'll want to cut through the dough with parallel lines using a knife or a pizza cutter. I usually make the lines about 1/2 inch wide. Once you've scored in one direction, you'll want to rotate your dough and score in the other direction so you end up with little squares. You can make these crackers any size you would like. I usually make them about 1 inch by inch, but I'm not perfect, and you can see they're all different sizes. The great thing about this is your dog will probably love them any size they are. Once you've scored the dough, you want to bake it at 350 degrees. You don't want to separate the crackers. You want to put them in just like you cut them. They're pretty fragile, so you just want to leave them alone till they start to bake. Once they brown up, the dough will stick together. You'll want to cook the crackers for about 20 minutes and then check them gently to see if they've browned on the bottom. If they've browned on the bottom, you can move them around a little bit, and you want to continue baking them until they dry out. But you need to be very gentle with them because until they're well browned, they're kind of delicate. You'll probably want to bake your crackers another 20 minutes. You want to dry them out because the drier they are, the stronger they are. The overall bake time for your crackers will depend on the size of your cracker, so you will have to adjust. Just cook them to their golden brown and they're feeling kind of crunchy. After your crackers have cooled completely, you'll want to store them in an airtight container. Your crackers will keep on the counter for about 3 days, but after that you'll want to store them in the freezer. If you're interested in a special bag to carry your treats in, check out my video on puppy treat bags. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.